beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm very excited to do because I'm going to be playing with this new beauty right here. This is a new holiday launch from NOMAD Cosmetics Polar Express eyeshadow palette. In today's video I'm going to do overview of the palette, show you the swatches, and show you 3 look tutorials. And the makeup look that you're seeing on my eyes today is one of the looks that I'm going to be creating for you on camera. And if you're new here and this is your first time watching this dedicated type of content for eyeshadow palette, whenever I create looks, I usually talk through the application, and at the end of each look, I show you the swatches of the eyeshadows that I used for creating that look, and I give you my thoughts on their performance, their application, and generally round up thoughts. So that being said, I do encourage you watching through the entire video so you don't miss out on my thoughts. But before we get started, I would love to welcome new visitors and viewers to my channel. Hello, my name is Eve. I love all things beauty. Here on my channel, I share about beauty and lifestyle. I upload new videos every week, and if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel, and if you're not new, welcome back. And now, without further ado, let's dive in. So NOMAD Cosmetics is launching their last palette for 2024. This is also their holiday edition palette. It's called Polar Express. It is launching on Tuesday, November 12th. The Polar Express eyeshadow palette is a journey to Santa, wintry blues and snowy whites, holiday crimsons and warm chocolates, and decorative silvers and golds inspired by the Christmas classic, the Polar Express. It has 8 Merry Mattes, 6 glowing shimmers, and 1 festive multichrome. NOMAD Cosmetics is donating to a cause. They're so proud to support the WWF Global Arctic Program to help maintain this biodiverse and resilient region. This is an outside box, and they had a carved out section that would show off the tray here with a name and the name of the palette. And in the back, you would have the diagram of all the shades with names, expiration, and some extra information here as per usual. A little card ticket was included with some of the information for me to share with you. And then the palette itself is a 15 pen palette. It's a nice medium size format, and I really personally enjoy this. It's definitely very easy to store. The design is a picture, and it's very nice and sleek. The palette is cardboard, but it does have a magnetic closure. You get a full-size mirror and 15 pans. This palette has 12 months shelf life. It's cruelty-free and vegan, and it's made in China. This color story is very pretty. I definitely see a fall transitioning into winter. Your Thanksgiving looks are here. Your winter snowy looks are here. Even New Year's Eve. I am definitely very excited to show you the looks, guys, in today's video. So now, without further ado, let's dive in. For the first look, I definitely want to go into this section. I definitely want to do something holiday-like with all the blues and silvers and whites. That excites me. I'm actually going to start with this shade right here. Also, right away, guys, excuse my nails. They've been through things this week. Then I'm going to go next in this shade. It's called North Pole. Oh, there's so much pigment. Wow, right away. This is a lighter shade. I actually need to clean off my brush. I'm just going to feather it out right here because we're going to go for a halo eye look. Then I'm using my Odenzai blending brush, and I'm going into the next shade over. It's called Desert of Ice. Just want to build up this area right here so slightly. Okay, I like what I'm seeing so far. Now I'm going into this shade right here, Frozen Era, and I'm going to place it here in my inner corner. I am going little by little. I want to see what the color looks like. I want to see how the pigment looks like, and then I'm going to the outer corner. I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. So initially, if you've never seen me do that before, initially when I do a halo eye application of the darker shade, I look down first. So my lid is open, and I pack the color here in this area and in the outer corner. Then when I have that ready, I bring my mirror right in front, straight up in front, and I look directly in front of me. And with a clean brush, just clean off that dark brush that you use with the darker shade, and start blending out this edge so you don't have any harsh transitions. So now I want to mix this blue shade and these shades. First, I'm going to go into this shade Polar Express and apply it on the outside of that empty space that we have. But I'm leaving the very center untouched. And now I'm going into this silver shade. It's called Silver Bell. Very beautiful. Now I'm picking up the Polar Express shade with my brush and it picks up really beautifully. I don't need to spray it. It just applies on its own. It's supposed to be a multi-chrome. I definitely see a shift in the palette when I move the palette, but on the eye, it's not super strong shift. I definitely see it, but it's more of like your subtle shift. Now I'm gonna go back with my pencil brush into the blue darker shade and re-intensify the very corner areas. Deepest blue in the lower lash line. Now I do have some fallout here from the shimmers, but not from the mattes. So also this is the pencil liner that I added into my waterline, and this is from LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Electric. Very beautiful formula, but I totally just poked myself in the eye. And if my eye starts watering any minute now, so you know why. Let's finish off on this eye. I'm gonna go into this white shade. I wanna try it under my brow bone. Just in my last video where I was ranking my palettes, I've been really waiting for somebody to do a really good matte white shade. We've all been waiting for so long since BH Cosmetics Los Angeles palette. That is still my favorite palette for the white matte shade. That was the best white matte, but man, this is good. Look how beautiful that is. It showed up so nicely. So now let's use it into the inner corner and see how much opacity we can get there. Oh, nice. Nice. That is beautiful. That is opaque. That is stunning. I am very satisfied with this white matte. And now I want to layer it with this shade. It's that icy white shimmer. It's called All Aboard. Layer them and see how they work together. So that didn't layer too well. So I'm gonna pick it up again and I'm gonna spray it. Yep, that's it. This is what I needed to do in the first place. And then it definitely gives you like that beautiful icy kick. Let me finish up on this look. I'm gonna come back with my roundup thoughts on all these shades that I just used. This is a first finished look. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I think the look came together really lovely. Everything blended really beautifully. So these are all the shades that I use, including this initial transition shade. It still shows up, it's pretty light, but it still shows up on my skin. Overall, I used 5 mattes and 3 shimmers. This is the multi-chrome shade. As you can see, it does shift. There's something like silvery, purple, blue. It's a very beautiful shade. However, it's quite subtle. It feels like it's the same formula from the previous palette, the Chicago Speakeasy, where they had all the multi-chromes shimmers. This is a shade that layers nicely too. If you wanted to use like a topper, it would still give you a slight shift, but I really love that it doesn't give you like a punch of a texture right away. It is a very buildable shade on its own, and I appreciate that because I don't always want something super intense on my eyes. This shade I can easily wear during the day or also at night because it's very pretty, and as you can see, it picks up on a light very beautifully. This shade is a beautiful silver, and this shade is true ice. It doesn't have any like additional shifting towards blue or green. It's just a straight up like white icy shade. Layers beautifully with this beautiful opaque white. This white shade is stunning. I definitely been wanting to someone to do a new updated version of a white matte that I can have in my collection. I'm so happy that there is a white shade here, and it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful white. It definitely gives you that nice opacity if you pack it, but also it blends really nicely and gives you like that highlighting effect. Stunning. As far as these matte blue shades, it was very easy to create this look, guys. Sometimes blues are very difficult to blend. This was absolutely effortless. All these shades just blended. There was no patchiness. There's quite a little bit of pigment in this lighter shade. I was quite impressed. So I had to clean off my brush completely to do like a very light layer of that initial transition shade. Darkest blue gives you a really nice depth. I feel like I am content with this depth on the eye, on this look that I achieved. I did not have to reach to any other palette. So let me know what you think of this look. Now we're moving on to look number 2. I'm going to start with this shade. It's called Nougat Candy. I know we're still in the beginning of November. We barely just started, but who is in the Christmas mood already? Because I know I am. I just recently redecorated for fall, not so long ago, maybe like a few weeks ago. I already want to put everything Christmas out. Now I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's called Hot Cocoa. Had this cute embossing of a hot chocolate cup. Beautiful shade. It blends and builds up very well I feel like because I'm blending it into a more cooler transition, it's definitely picking up more of a cooler shade. Generally on the swatch, it doesn't look like that. I'm just getting a little bit cooler effect because I'm blending it into that almost like a taupe initial transitional shade. I'm gonna go into this shade. It's called Santa's Helpers. I'm gonna put this on the outer corner. So I'm just going to build up this outer corner. Beautiful matte formula. Such a beautiful combination, isn't this? With this taupe into the burgundy. I think this is the first time I've ever tried this combination. I love it. This is a pretty good depth for me. I could definitely go with that, but I actually want to use this dark brown shade called Dark Forest. I switched the brush to a little bit fluffy. I want to place the brown into the very outer corner. Now with the same brush, I'm gonna go add that burgundy again because I feel like I lost it just a tiny bit. So I wanted to put the burgundy right back in. So for my lid, I want to go into this shade and the gold. So first I'm going to pick up this beautiful burgundy shimmer. It's called Believe, and it picks up with a brush really nicely, but I'm going to spray it right away, you guys. And now I'm going to go into the gold shade called Christmas Carol. It picked up on a brush really nicely, but I still sprayed it. So I'm going to apply it here towards the inner corner of my eye. Blend it into the burgundy shimmer. This is a very bright gold shade. Wow, that's really pretty. On one side of this brush, I have the burgundy shimmer, and on the other side, I have gold. So I'm just flipping my brush, going back and forth, mixing these two together so you don't get that like harsh line. And here in the middle, I almost get like a duochrome effect because these shades start overlapping. And I'm kind of loving this. It almost giving me like a green shift. It's actually very pretty. It does look like a multi-chrome. For my inner quarter, I think I'm gonna dip into this shade. It's called Mr. C. Oh, that's pretty. I thought it was gonna be maybe a little bit too dark for the inner corner. I think this looks really nice. It's such a smooth shade too. Beautiful. I really love how it kind of blended it into this look. On our lower lash line, you guys, I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing. I could definitely see this look being with a blue lower lash line. That could probably also be fun if you love more color into your looks. That would be a beautiful combination as well. And then I'm gonna go into the Santa's Helpers shade, which is burgundy. Well, let me do finishing touches on this look. I'm gonna come back with my roundup thoughts. This is the finished second look. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. This look definitely gives me a grunge moment. These are all the shades that I use, including this initial shade. When I was blending these initial two shades together, I was talking about this specific shade that it definitely mixed with this transition shade and gave me more coolness. But on its own, it's really like a true neutral, that hot cocoa, as well as this one. This is like a true neutral brown, like a chocolate brown. I'm so excited about these shades. You know, I love my neutrals. Also, this shimmer, how stunningly gorgeous. So the burgundy matte shade, it's true burgundy. It's not pulling purple, it's not pulling brown, it's not pulling anything else. It's true burgundy, and it showed up here, very pretty. I also swatched my waterline liner. This is a Pillow Talk pencil liner from Charlotte Tilbury. I thought it was a perfect shade for this look because it's kind of like that burgundy brown shift. And then my mascara today is my L'Oreal Volumissimi Royale red packaging. I really enjoy how this look came out. Definitely unexpected, like taupey burgundy combination, but it definitely gave me a beautiful like fall and even holiday grunge. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but let's move on to look number 3. the shades that I used for this look. I used 3 mattes and then 4 shimmers, and I think everything came together really nicely. As you saw, I started with pretty much of a mid-tone brown shade, and it definitely gave me a really nice transition. The pigment was there, but it was also very easy to sheer it out. So at first, when you look at the palette and you think that this is your only option for the lightest transition, you can actually sheer out this mid-tone shades quite a bit. So this is what I like about Nomad Matte formula. It's just very, very easy to work with. They pack, they blend nicely, no patchiness. So now let me give you my first impression, final thoughts on the entire palette. So let's start from the packaging. I really love this format. This is like a perfect size. I'm gonna be just super straightforward with this first impression roundup, is that this is the quality that I expected from Nomad. This is something that I've seen in their previous palettes multiple times. Their formula is very consistent. I really enjoy the mattes. All the mattes are the same. They perform the same. They blend, they pack, they work together very well. I think as far as the colors of mattes, they're very cohesive. Definitely different color combinations that you can create by using all of these shades. I think that the color story definitely fits into the holiday season. You have your burgundies, golds, silvers, whites. Oh my God, how excited I am about this matte white. That is absolutely fabulous formula. And then also some beautiful blues. You do get your browns, of course. If you are a neutrals lover, you will love this palette. If you're a colorful lover, I also think that you're gonna enjoy this. This gives you a very nice pigment of a formulation of the mattes. The shimmers are very nice. So there are 6 shimmers, which are, to my opinion, all consistent, and then there is one multi-chrome right here in the middle. It's shifting from like blue to purple, and it has some silver kick to it as well. This seems to be the same formula that I've seen from multi-chromes from Nomad in their previous palettes. It's the buildable formula. You can do just more of like a topper layer and it's still gonna give you the shift, or you can build it up. You can spray your brush, or you can just apply with your finger. You've heard me say this 1,000,001 times in all of my Nomad videos and like other eyeshadow palette dedicated videos, that Nomad Cosmetics matte eyeshadow formula is one of my favorites. I am a huge neutrals lover and I really enjoy this color story. I love the blues, but I also love to pair them like this. I do enjoy a really nice smoky blue eye for New Year's. There's definitely a festivity moment in my mind when I like to wear blues, especially of this kind. It's definitely more of an evening look, festive celebration look, and I think this color story is very, very useful for the holidays. You can create your Thanksgiving looks right here in this corner. Then you can totally go with a matte look. I definitely want to create more of daily matte looks with some of the more neutral colors from this palette. Those looks I will probably post on my Instagram reel, so make sure you guys follow me there. Overall, I just think the quality is there. If you like the color story, I don't think you're going to be disappointed by all means. So these are all my overall thoughts. I really enjoy playing with this palette. It's very inspirational to me. This color story, that's just something that I can see myself using quite a bit. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this color story, of this launch, and if you're thinking you'll be purchasing this palette. I do have a discount code for you, which is non-affiliated, is EVE10, to save you 10% off. So keep in mind that Nomad Cosmetics usually does some type of holiday sales as well. Also, I wanted to say that this is their last palette for the year of 2024, and I know you guys been asking. I will be doing the ranking for all my Nomad Cosmetics palettes, so stay tuned for that. If you like this type of content, eyeshadow related content, it's the end of the year. A lot of roundup videos are going to be coming out on my channel, so I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you're not yet a subscriber, if you have additional questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I love to chat with you there. And as always, if you found this video helpful, enjoyed my content today, give this video a big thumb up, subscribe to my channel before you leave if you're not yet a subscriber, and I will catch you in my next video.